You have to understand that your life is simply a reflection of who you are, your core belief about yourself, and the relationship that you have with other things, with people, with the world, with money, with love, with jobs, and all these type of things. Those core beliefs, those core ideas and perception that you've created for a long time, that are part of your deep subconscious blueprint, is what is shaping your life experience, is what is causing you to think, to act, to feel in the way you do automatically, because your life 90% of the time is run by the subconscious set of belief. And so you are being hardwired ever since you're born all the way through now. You have to realize that you have been conditioned to be a certain way, and you, through your life experiences, have defined yourself. Not only you alone, but life, people, your parents' experiences, the world have shaped us to think a certain way. And so if you keep on allowing yourself to think that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough or beautiful enough, or that you can only make that kind of money and it's hard to make money and there's not enough money out there, and that whatever those beliefs you may have that are small, that are limiting, if those beliefs and conditions are placed upon you and your self-image, meaning your relationship with yourself, not just your body, but deep down, how you really think and feel about yourself. And if you go even further, your relationship with the world and everything inside of it, if those beliefs are not aligned with what you want, you will struggle to get there, and life will be really tough, because you really want something, and maybe you try, and maybe you read, and maybe you buy books, and maybe you go and you spend money on seminars and stuff, and you're still heading the same old way. And I've had so many clients who've come to me, who went to Tony Robbins and so many other events, spent gigantic amount of money on personal growth and seminars and shadow work and all these things, and still back exactly where they were. And you know, those events are great, they give you a hype, but the moment you go back home after a week, you're back in the old environment, and the old environment triggers the same old belief, the same old identification. And so you're right back exactly where you started. And so how do you break that pattern? You have to simply realize the biggest driving force in your life, and that is your identity, what I call on this channel your self-image. So your self-image directly controls your result in life. And so you could say that it's a little bit like a plane, right? It's like this autopilot, and this autopilot is set to a certain destination, and it will not deviate. You know, there's a little bit of minus plus, but it will remain consistent with the destination. Or it's a little bit like a AC control, right? If you set it to 25, every time you go to 26 or 24, the program will kick in, and if you deviate a little bit, it will bring you back right into that control zone, into that normal, familiar territory. So look at your life result. Where is it that you're not satisfied? Where is it that you really wanted something? You wanted a breakthrough. You wanted to pass that glass ceiling for a while, but it seems like it's not happening. The reason is not outside of you. The ego mind likes to project our anger, our projections, our belief on the world, on people. This is the base of the victim consciousness, right? It's not me. I can do nothing as long as that person is the president, or the economy is like that, or my boss is still there, or my family, whatever. As long as you project on people and make them the enemy, so to speak, you'll remain powerless, you'll remain trapped in the victim consciousness, and you will seek an external hero to try to save you, rescue you, or save the day. That's the most disempowering crap you can do in your life. Instead, you really have to look at life as a mirror. And if life result, because this is the biggest form of the reflection, it's like, what are my results in life? What is the money that's flowing in? What is the people I attract, the experiences I attract? How is it that I'm showing up in my life? How do I feel? Right? What is my attitude? What is my current day-to-day emotional home? Because those results will show you exactly what is creating those results. And so you have to look inside at the image, at those beliefs, at that conditioning, and what I call that self-image. And so this is where you have to start the change, is to take responsibility and be like, okay, something in me, in my beliefs, in my identity, in how I see myself has to change. And I'm going to give you an example of my own personal life. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to be the nice guy, like just trying to be nice so that everybody would like me, no confrontation, no boundaries, all this type of crap. And so I would struggle, right? I would struggle because my needs were unmet, but at the same time I felt guilty because I didn't want other people to dislike me. So if I say no, or if I don't meet their needs, or if I appear in a certain way, I was just afraid that one, they will be not happy, and two, they will not like me, and three, they might reject me, right? So it was always this perfect guilt storm, this perfect mess in my mind when it comes to relationship and people, and especially dating. But this was also affecting me in my business. And you see, the root cause here was simply the deep feeling and belief on unworthiness. Simply deep down, I felt like I was not lovable as I was. So I needed to be a certain way. I needed to be good enough. I needed to be more successful. I needed to be more good looking. I needed to be better or nicer or kinder or whatever in order to become liked by those people. And that was the biggest struggle in my life for a long time. As long as I didn't change my relationship with myself, nothing outside of me changed. I could read many books, I could go to coaches, I could do so many things, Tony Robbins, whatever. Nothing changed as long as I didn't change my own relationship, my own belief about myself, and made my self-worth non-negotiable, and taught myself to have healthy boundaries, to say no, to express myself, that it's okay to have needs, to tell people my needs. So it was retraining myself, but the biggest part of the training was to change the self-talk, change the emotional response toward myself, about myself. So completely changing how I saw myself, how I saw my body, how I saw my value, what I give, what I have to offer. And this is not a click your fingers, do 5 minutes affirmation and it's done. Because if you're struggling with things like this that drastically shape your life, it's something that very likely started when you were very, very, very young. And that if you're 30 or 40 right now, has been going on for a long time. So you can imagine how hard wired that program might be. And so that's why it takes effort, and that's why it takes becoming aware, becoming conscious, and going after those root cause, those root patterns. The most important first is to identify them, and then you can start breaking them, but also knowing who do I need to be to create the life that I want. What would I need to think about myself? What would I need to believe about myself? What would I need to believe about money, about love, about people, about life, in order to create the life that I want? Because it's not simply a one-sided relationship. We are in a relationship with everything. And as long as those relationships and those beliefs are unhealthy or unloving or lacking, you will keep on experiencing that. But the most important one, first, that you have to solve, if you're not happy with your life result right now, is your own relationship with yourself, meaning your own self-image. There's so many people out there who feel like they're not worthy, they're not beautiful enough, they feel like fake, they feel like an imposter, they feel like something's wrong with them. And as long as that is there deep between their subconscious mind, life will keep bringing experiences to make them feel like this, and they will keep on trying to overcompensate by being more successful, by doing Botox, by doing makeup, by making more money, by doing all kinds of things to receive that external validation. And they will keep on staying miserable because it doesn't work, it doesn't last, and it's never giving them what they really need: self-love, self-validation. So I hope this video makes sense, because this is truly one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. Start creating a loving, worthy relationship with yourself. It will dramatically transform your life. If you don't know where to start, if you've been struggling, if you're resonating with anything in this video, make sure you go down. You can book a one-on-one coaching call, a discovery call, and together we can go deep down to the root cause of what you may be experiencing or why you're creating certain things in your life, and fast track your transformation. Link is down in the description, guys. Let's go. I will see you in my next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be well.